This is for educational use only. Our group is allowing our instructor, Mr. Roldan Ardennes, to use this as an educational material. No copyright infringement is intended.
Good day, everyone. Today, we'll be exploring an idea that has become increasingly important in our interconnected world: global citizenship. As borders become more fluid and global challenges affect us all, being a citizen of the world carries both opportunity and responsibility. In this presentation, we'll unpack what global citizenship means.
Global citizenship refers to the recognition that individuals are members of broader human community that extends beyond local or national boundaries in today's increasingly interconnected world. Economic activities, environmental issues, social movements, and technological systems all operate on global scale. This concept emphasizes awareness of global issues such as poverty, climate change, migration, international conflict, and public health concerns, encourages individuals to understand how these issues are interconnected and how they affect people across culture and nations. Furthermore, global citizenship highlights the importance of recognizing our shared humanity and interdependence. It challenges individuals to think beyond personal or national interests and consider how their choices, whether economic, social, or environmental, shape the world. Key elements of global citizenship. Global citizenship is built upon several essential elements that shape how individuals perceive and interact with the world. The first key element is global awareness, which involves understanding the major issues that affect the global community, such as climate change, inequality, pandemics, and international trade. Awareness also includes recognizing cultural diversity, global systems, and interdependence of countries. The second element is respect for cultural diversity. A global citizen acknowledges and values the existence of different cultures, traditions, languages, and belief systems. This respect helps conflict misunderstanding and prejudice, creating conditions for peaceful existence. A third fundamental is ethical responsibility. Global citizenship are expected to consider impact of their actions, others, and strive to act in ways that they're just and sustainable. That includes promoting human rights, supporting environmental protection, and advocating for social justice. Finally, global citizenship involves active participations, meaning individuals engage in local and global issues through education, advocacy, and community involvement.
Global citizenship encompasses a balanced relationship between rights and responsibilities that extend beyond national borders. On the right side, global citizens are entitled to fundamental human rights, including freedom of expression, equality before the law, access to quality education, healthcare, and protection from discrimination. The rights are formally recognized and protected through international frameworks such as the Universal Declaration of Human Rights and other global conventions. By upholding these standards, the international community aims to ensure that every individual, regardless of nationality, culture, or socioeconomic background, has the opportunity to live with dignity and security. However, the concept of global citizenship does not end with enjoyment of rights. It equally emphasizes the responsibilities individuals must fulfill. One of the most essential responsibilities is respecting the rights, beliefs, and cultural identities of others. In an increasingly interconnected world, mutual respect and tolerance are vital for peaceful coexistence. Global citizens are expected to engage in constructive dialogue, reject discrimination, and promote understanding across diverse communities. Active participation in society is another key responsibility of global citizens that includes staying informed about local and international issues, critically evaluating information, and supporting governance.
Ethical obligations. Ethical obligations form the foundation of responsible global citizenship. As members of an interconnected world, individuals must consider how their actions affect not only themselves or their immediate community, but also people in distant places. Ethical obligations guide decision making by encouraging individuals to act with fairness, respect, and consideration for the broader global impact. These obligations become especially important in addressing global issues such as climate change, poverty, inequality, and immigration and international conflict. Since no country can solve these problems alone, ethical behavior ensures that cooperation and shared responsibility remain at the center of global action. For instance, individuals and governments must make choices that support sustainable development and protect the rights of others. Furthermore, ethical obligations remind us that globalization increases our influence, both positive and negative. Whether it involves how we consume goods, use natural resources, or engage with people from other cultures, our decisions make consequences. Therefore, global citizens are expected to be mindful of those consequences and to contribute to global well-being through informed and ethical choices. Respect for human dignity is one of the most fundamental ethical obligations of global citizenship. Human dignity refers to the inherent worth that every person possesses simply by being human. Global citizens uphold human dignity by treating others with fairness, compassion, and respect. This includes rejecting discriminations and violence, and instead fostering inclusivity and understanding. Respect for human dignity also requires acknowledging the rights of all people, including the right to education, freedom of expressions, and protect from harm. In global context, respecting human dignity becomes essential in addressing issues such as labor exploitation, human trafficking, refugee crisis, and human rights violations. When dignity is not respected, individual and communities suffer, and global peace is undermined. Additionally, respecting human dignity encourages dialogue between cultures and promote peaceful coexistence. It allows people to appreciate diversity while recognizing the shared humanity that connects everyone.
Environmental responsibility is a crucial ethical obligation of global citizenship, particularly in the face of climate change, biodiversity loss, pollution, and resource depletion. Because environmental issues cross national borders, the action of one country can affect ecosystems and population in other regions. This makes caring for the environment a shared global responsibility. Global citizens are expected to understand how environmental degradation impacts human health, economic stability, and long-term sustainability. They must adopt behavior that reduce their ecological footprint, such as conserving energy, minimizing waste, reducing carbon emission, supporting environmentally responsible products and policies. Environmental responsibility also involves advocating for sustainable development, which seeks to meet present needs without compromising the ability of future generations to meet theirs. Furthermore, protecting the environment requires collaboration among countries, organizations, and individuals. International agreements such as the Paris Climate Accord highlight the importance of global cooperation in addressing climate change. Overall, global citizens must recognize their role in protecting the planet and take meaningful steps to promote sustainability. Responsible global participation means actively engaging with local, national, and international issues in a way that contribute to common good. Global citizens should be well informed about global challenges and understand how political, economic, and social system interacts across borders. This participation can take many forms, such as voting in elections, supporting ethical initiatives, participating in community projects, and advocating for human rights and environmental protection. At the international level, responsible participation may include involvement in humanitarian efforts, supporting global development programs, and promoting peace-building initiatives. Responsible participation also requires critical thinking. Global citizens must evaluate information carefully, consider the credibility of sources, and make decisions based on evidence rather than misinformation or bias. This ensures that their engagement leads to positive outcomes, rather than contributing the misunderstood or conflict. Moreover, responsible participation involves recognizing one's influence as consumers. Purchasing decisions can support fair labor practices, sustainable product and ethical companies, or they can contribute environmental harm and exploitation. Global citizens must exercise this influence thoughtfully.
Empathy and cultural understanding are essential components of global citizenship because they enable individuals to appreciate and respect the diversity of the world. Empathy refers to the ability to understand and share the feelings of others. In global contexts, this means acknowledging the challenges, struggle, and perspectives of people from different cultures and backgrounds. Cultural understanding goes beyond simple awareness of diversity. It involves learning about customs, traditions, belief systems, and social norms in different societies. When individuals develop cultural understanding, they become less likely to rely stereotypes or prejudice and more capable of forming meaningful connections with others. These qualities are especially important in an increasingly interconnected world where cross-cultural interaction occur frequently in workplaces, communities, and even online spaces. In practice, Empathy and cultural understanding help global citizens communicate more effectively, collaborate across borders, and appreciate the richness of human diversity.
Personal commitment is a long dedication required to practice global citizenship consistently. It is not enough to simply understand global issues or support ethical values. Global citizenship must be put into action through sustained effort, reflection, and engagement. Commitments with the willingness to stay informed. Global citizenship continuously learned about world events, social issues, and environmental changes. This allows them to make informed choices and respond appropriately to global developments. Commitments also involve integrating global citizenship into everyday behavior. This means aligning actions with principles such as fairness, sustainability, empathy, and respect for human dignity. Whether through responsible consumption, ethical decision making, or community involvement, consistent practice strengthens one's role as a global citizen. Additionally, commitment requires perseverance. Global issues are complex and often require long-term solutions. Global citizens must remain patient, persistent, and motivated. Even when progress seems slow, they must understand that meaningful change is often achieved through sustained collective effort. Global movement of people, feature of globalization and significant role in shaping societies, economics, and cultures. Migration occurs for various reasons, including economic opportunities, political instabilities, environmental changes, or pursuit of education. In the Philippine context, overseas Filipino workers, or OFW, represent one of the largest groups contributing to global labor mobility. The movement reflects the interconnected nature of the world. Countries rely on migrant workers to fill labor shortage, provide specialized skills, and support economic growth. At the same time, migrants send remittance back home, which help families stimulate local economies and contribute significantly to national developments. However, global migration also represents challenges. Migrants may face difficulties such as adapting to new cultures, language barriers, discrimination, or limited legal protection. Host countries must create policies that balance their economic needs with the rights and welfare of migrants. Understanding migration helps us appreciate how interconnected the world has become and highlight the importance of protecting and supporting the individuals who contribute to global labor and cultural changes.
Economic factors affecting OFWs. Economic factors are among the primary drivers of migration, especially for Filipino workers seeking employment abroad. Many OFWs leave the country due to limited job opportunities, low wages, or economic stability at home. Host countries, on the other hand, often experience labor shortages and rely on migrant workers to situation industries such as healthcare, construction, manufacturing, and domestic services. On a larger scale, remittances contribute to national economic stability by increasing foreign exchange reserves and strengthening domestic consumption. However, Economic challenges also arise. OFWs may be vulnerable to wage exploitation, contract violations, or unfair working conditions. Economic downturns in host countries such as recessions may lead to job loss or reduced working hours, affecting both migrants and families who rely on their income. Additionally, migration has long-term economic implications for the Philippines. While remittances being financial benefits, the loss of skilled workers can create shortages in key sectors such as healthcare. Balancing these positive and negative effects is essential for effective policy making.
Cultural factors play a significant role in the experience of OFWs as they adapt to life in foreign countries. Migrating to a new environment often requires learning new languages, adjusting to unfamiliar customs, and navigating social norms that may differ from those in the Philippines. This cultural adjustment can be both enriching and challenging. Many OFWs face cultural barriers that affect their daily lives and work environments. Miscommunication may occur due to language differences, and misunderstandings can arise from constructing expectations regarding punctuality, hierarchy, social behavior, or workplace etiquette. Despite these challenges, OFWs are widely recognized for their adaptability, resilience, and strong work ethic. Cultural exchange is also a positive outcome of migration. OFWs shares Filipino values such as hospitality, respect for elders, and close family ties, which often lead to strong interpersonal relations with employers and colleagues abroad. In return, they gain exposure to new ideas, traditions, and worldviews, which broaden their perspectives. However, cultural challenges may include discrimination or stereotyping, which can affect the well-being and self-esteem of migrant workers. It is important for both host countries and support organizations to promote cultural sensitivity and provide resources that help migrants integrate successfully. Social factors significantly shape the experiences of OFWs and their families. One of the most prominent social challenges is family separation. Many OFWs leave behind spouses, children, and parents for extended periods, which can lead to emotional distress, communication difficulties, and changes in family dynamics. Children of OFWs may experience loneliness or behavioral changes, while spouses may face the added responsibilities for managing household alone. Despite these challenges, migration also leads to the formation of strong support networks abroad. Filipino communities in countries like the UAE, Hong Kong, and Saudi Arabia often create social groups, churches, and organizations that provide emotional support, friendships, and a sense of belonging. These communities help OFWs cope with homesickness, discriminations, and other difficulties associated with migration. Another important social factor is the risk of exploitation and abuse, particularly for domestic workers who may be isolated from public oversight. Social support systems, embassy assistance, and legal protection are essential for safeguarding their rights and safety. Furthermore, social integration plays a crucial role in determining the quality of life for OFWs. Positive interactions with employers, co-workers, and locals that helps build trust, reduce isolation, and foster mutual respect.